this exploration, we embarked on a mission to uncover the challenges plaguing education and skills training in West Africa, focusing on interviewing key stakeholders like faculty members and students of universities and polytechnics in Nigeria. This exploration provides valuable insight into the frontline realities of education and skills training. In bustling lecture halls and quiet study corners, we engage in candid conversations with young men and women eager to share their perspectives. Their narratives painted a picture of resilience in the face of adversity as they juggled academic pursuits with financial constraints and societal expectations.
Yeah, to talk about educational institution, I would love to make reference to the Polytechnic education because this is where I am, and I want to say that here in the Polytechnic, it's more of vocation, whereby the theoretical aspects is one part, we have the practical aspects as the other part. Here we give practical aspects of education prominence, and that is why it is called Polytechnic education. And if I want to talk about the importance of that in the society or in skills acquisition, I want to say that making reference to music technology department, we prepare our students to be able to make them relevant in the outside world. Some of them that are here, that graduated from this place, they are out there doing one thing or the other. So what I want to say is that being a practical-based educational system, the Polytechnic education, students that graduated from here are prepared to be able to face the outside world, and they are doing that.
Truthfully, yes, the school has been trying, and in my school, we offer EDD, which is entrepreneurship course. So, but the truth is, even in that particular course, we don't, or personally, the one I chose is phone repairing, because that's actually my own profession before I entered school. So I actually feel I can learn more. But unfortunately, I was not really able to pick up new things about what I've known. And also, I can't say those that don't have any knowledge about the course or the subject initially can actually use it as a profession. So, no.
Did I say yes? Because most of the things that are needed in accounting, that are needed as a skills for us to use, even for us not going outside before getting them, let me say now, an example, like as an accounting student, I can't say, okay, there's a practical for us to do this kind of accounting theory, but what did I mean, like this accounting of using of Excel, using of all these things, is a thing whereby it's not until we get to outside or we learning it before we get the knowledge of it. It's a thing whereby the school has to provide for us. Okay, as an accountant student, okay, there should be a place whereby we can have a practical of making use of system for us to do, making use of how to use of Excel when it comes to accounting. In, let me say, in the example, in all these ledger, debit and credit, all those things. We are made, that's the reason why we are in school. It's a school whereby we have to learn, to gain, to understand what we actually came for. But the skills there, they are just teaching us and telling us these things. But the skills there is also writing materials for us to do. But the practical itself is not provided actually.
With each conversation, a series of obstacles emerged, ranging from outdated curriculums to more nuanced challenges like inadequate technological exposure. Students shared their dreams and aspirations, tempered by harsh realities of limited resources and opportunities.
I don't think I'm fit. I'm not fit.
All right.
I'm not fit.
So why do you think?
Because, like, if you go out there for interview, like they won't be asking you what's computer, what's all this. They will ask you, okay, what do you want to offer us? And then what they mean by that is that they want practical aspects. Exactly. And then the practical is not available in us. So I don't think I'm fit. Except I go out there to learn it and then come back to apply for job.
Okay, to be frank, what the school is actually doing is good, but to some extent, it only focuses on starting. And the beginner parts cannot really help in this world that we are in. There are a lot of people with skills and a lot of people with ideas already. But how good are you? How good can you be? That can only depend on you. But from the school part, I would say no.
It actually helped me in my growth. Like in Nigeria now, we can't only be depending on one source of income. So as a professionally, or either you're working in the workforce professionally, you can also have a side hustle or side businesses. So having that knowledge will also help me to be able to like a platform to learn. To also help me to like open, like if it could be digital marketing, I could use that as my second job. It could be catering, I can also use it as my second job.
I think the aspect of having the skill itself, skill acquisition itself, you are able to also teach someone too, right? Because if what makes you have to also stand out, except from being a student, you have to be exceptional, right? And so I feel you also need to have that skill, be it barbing, be it tailoring, because at the end of the day, something could come up and you should be able to have something on the side, because now in the country today, not just one source of income will fetch you money. So it's best, I believe, that would actually help.
Well, I have a little knowledge about some courses that they were thinking in terms of how to inculcate into the curriculum of schools at the time, which poses a big problem. The board we're talking about, do we have a kind of direct access to them? You might cook some things within the corner of a room in terms of this is what we run, this is what we do. How do you get it to the board to approve at the first thing, one of the first things we're supposed to solve? It will have to be a kind of totally administrative thing that if the government sees the need for it, as people are agitating for it, the next will be government giving an open grant, welcoming ideas. But who are those people that will go to fight it out? Those people that are the hands of affair in terms of the board, not all of them are knowledgeable on those fields. So, and whatever decision they come out with, that's final for those periods. So, any little board that works on a little platform, what we need to do is to ensure that they continually write the government, and we pray that if things can be aired, for the government to give listening ear and add that one to say, we've heard your cry, what do you need? Incorporate some people in that regard to be part of the board so they can speak. Well, if they're not part of the board, it will be difficult.
Yes, we do have courses like that, but they don't really take us the real thing that will make us become a professional. There is something we call area of concerns in programming language. That is, there are some things you separate so that you can actually get a positive result. But the curriculum we have in school now, they give us, we do some courses that we are not meant to do. That is not really part of what computer science students need. So I think separating of concerns, we should do what we really need to become a professional, and then by the time we graduate, we can actually be on our feet and stand okay, yes, I am a professional in this field, I am a professional in this field.
As we conclude this exploration and bid farewell to diverse array of individuals who had generously shared their stories, we were struck by the complexity and depth of the challenges facing education and skills training in West Africa. From the lecture halls to the study corners of these institutions, the journey has been illuminating, offering glimpses into the resilience, determination, and untapped potential of the region's educational landscape.